Hi, this is the A&R section of the Vanties. So the Vanties were our actual initial choice for the 31st of January because I really liked them. I thought they would be a really good band to have on during Independent Venue Week. I noticed they hadn't played Edinburgh for a little while and I just really liked them, so I thought get in touch with them. My ideal lineup was actually them, Apache Darling and Crystal. And I wanted to have this lovely like all-female lineup. Fortunately it didn't work out, but I had they accepted straight away after I emailed their manager Sharon, and she asked me to go ahead and email them instead of her once we'd sent off the costings and cemented the show. So then the trick was to look for the support acts. I had seen Apache Darling at Expo North along with Crystal, and I had decided that I really wanted to get Apache Darling into the show with them, so they straight away had accepted. I messaged Charlotte, who's in the band, on Facebook, and she decided that she was really up for it, so that was sorted. The bands that were considered were a band called Pleasureheads, because the Vanties got in touch with me and said that they'd already asked them, to which I said, could you please make sure that you tell me if you want to bring on a band, and because they might not be suitable, because it was at the end of the day my show, so I was a bit annoyed that they'd done that, but then it turned out that Pleasureheads couldn't even play anyway because they were doing a show a couple of days earlier in Edinburgh, so it just wouldn't have been possible. But the Dinosaur 94, I asked them, and unfortunately then the Vanties got back in touch and really requested Nazari, so I said okay and said to Dinosaur 94 that I would keep them in mind for any future shows and put them on the Marshall's database. I found Dinosaur 94, by the way, because Dan Druce, who's the in-house promoter, was really big on them and had put them on before and thought they were really lovely, so wanted them to be on the lineup. Nazari, Apache Darling and the Vanties all had really different sounds. Nazari was very sort of more gothy, punky style and especially aesthetic. Vanties are very rock and roll, girl-fronted band, and Apache Darling are more poppy and a little bit jazzy, but they totally all worked together really well, and it turns out they all had history as well. Nazari and the Vanties are good friends anyway, and Apache Darling had been in the scene for a little while, so they really enjoyed it. I really think that the lineup worked so well together. I was really proud of this one. It was the one where we weren't necessarily giving any bands any new chances. Apart from that, Apache Darling were really keen on getting on the lineup. But it was an independent venue week, so it was sort of a bit of a one-off on this one. Yeah. In terms of the marketing, we announced the show quite early, so the show was January 31st, and we announced the show on December 10th, and because we already had all the support acts locked in, it made it really easy for everyone to just announce the show together and to promote the show together on everyone's Facebook pages. In my portfolio there is little videos of all of the promotions that were made from each individual page. I thought that the bands didn't really put in enough effort with the promotions. I think Apache Darling did a pretty good job, but Nazari and the Vanties, I think they had other shows and stuff to promote, so they weren't really putting that much effort into it, but that's okay, I'm kind of used to that. The really great thing about this show was that because the Vanties are quite high profile and because it was an independent venue week, we were able to market it around that. So I got in touch with Tyler Brash, who's the music editor of The Skinny, to ask her if she could maybe promote the Vantees, but then she told me that she was already going to put them on as her gig of the week. So that was some free promotion for it, which is available to see on my portfolio. And also the the Tenement TV also posted about it, which was also a really great free promo, but I didn't know about that until someone sent me it. So I didn't even have to ask for that one. We also made the only other paid promotion that we've done, which was made on the Mash House page. The reason that we made it on the Mash House page was because obviously it has so many more followers than my Bangers and Mash page, which at this point only had around 200 followers. And we were able to target the audience in Scotland. So it fit in with the already existing Another Sky promotions for Independent Venue Week and the other Bloke Music promotions, who were the band on the Friday night. So Dan sort of wanted to keep all the promotions together on one page, but I did go and obviously promote it off the Bangers and Mash page as well. One thing that was great as well was that the posters, which were made by Dan again, Dan made all the posters, as I've said, they were actually distributed around loads of different Edinburgh venues and cafes and bars by Out of Hand Scotland, who the Mash House hired to put up their listings every month, and also some select posters. And Dan had selected the Vantees to be one of the select posters that goes up around. So that was free advertising again, because I obviously didn't have to pay for that. When we noticed that ticket sales were kind of dwindling, I decided that it might be good to approach some of the Wide Days team, because Wide Days is a music network and a showcasing event that happens in Edinburgh once a year, to see if they could maybe share the event on their page, because they had quite a high following. And sorry, quiet though. And I approached Olaf on Facebook and asked him if he would do that, and he said he would be up for putting up a discount code. So we got that sorted out. Unfortunately, we didn't get that sorted out until the day of the event. But that discount code meant that they could get a £5 guest list, which didn't really turn out to be that ideal, but you know, I think it got about 10 people through the door, so that was good. So yeah, I thought the guest listing was really effective. Had it been done earlier, it would have been more effective. The other thing about this whole marketing thing that I do feel like the Bangers and Mash page didn't promote the show properly. That was my own fault. I personally don't think that I promoted this show properly. I don't think that I put enough effort in by posting on the Bangers and Mash page enough, and I don't think that I should have put it maybe out on the Scottish event pages. However, there is a lot of, you know, question about whether or not they're effective or not, but that's usually something that I do, and I didn't, for personal reasons. However, that's sort of countered by the fact that we did get the free promotion on the Skinny and the Tenement TV, and the Mash House did pay for an advert on this. So I don't really know how much of an effect me not promoting it on the Bangers and Mash page, which has such a small following, really had on the whole ticket sales. I think that the reason that the show didn't sell that well was because of other factors. I think that the weather was really cold on the night, and I think that there was other competitions. So if anything, what I would have done was change the date. I would have looked at what other gigs were being booked. unfortunately, because it was Independent Venue Week, there was a specific date where everything went live, which was Thursday the 15th of November. And by that point, we had already booked in the Vanties, so I couldn't see what other Independent Venue Week shows were on at that night. But there was a Rascalton and Strange Bones show at Sneaky Pete's that night, which I think attracted a lot of the same audience, and unfortunately I think might have taken away some of our audience. So whilst I did learn to always have a look at what your competition is on that night, I will cut myself some slack and say that it obviously wasn't possible for me to do that. And overall, I think, yeah, the marketing for myself, not that great, but it just kind of goes to show that no matter, even if you do have the posters up around in the city, you do put money into it, sometimes there's just outside influences like rubbish weather and other gigs and stuff that just means that there isn't going to be a lot of people that come to the gig. But luckily we did get some really great promotional material out of it. Someone very kindly recorded and put up very professionally shot videos onto YouTube, so that was very nice of them. I definitely would do that again. The Vanties were great to work with, so yeah.